Hello and welcome back to another episode of Weekly Dance.
I hate this episode already.
So, Jonathan, after whatever that outburst that I just had was, I was in California this past week,
I was
and
also in California.
you're normally in California. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Um, and you and I, we had amazing plans to hang out and just do so many fun things, and
Yeah, like I owed you a meal if I recall
yeah, and
correctly.
you were a little bitch, and you refused to pay $700 extra to not even actually get your car fixed. So that's besides the
Yeah.
point. So you know what, Jonathan? That got me mad. That got me real mad. And you know what? If you have to put me on the political spectrum, you'd probably put me as a liberal. So that makes me a mad lib. So today
Okay.
we're doing Mad Libs.
Oh, wow. I was gonna say I have literally no idea where you're going with this. I thought you were gonna just make the most like terrible episode to torture me, but that's that. No, that's exactly what you're doing.
Well, kind of, yeah. So, Jonathan, I want you to, as quickly as possible, when I give you a uh, part of speech, I don't know. I'm not an English major. You are going to give me a word. So, Jonathan,
Okay.
adjective.
Pretty,
Pretty. Okay, Jonathan, adjective.
smelly,
Smelly. Jonathan, noun.
me.
Me? Okay. I just realized with how many of these we have, I am most definitely cutting a portion of this out. Okay, Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan. And okay, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. I can see that we're now 12 minutes in, which means we're probably 2 minutes in.
We're keeping all of this, right?
No, not at all. So I just had Jonathan have a great time telling me some adverbs, some nouns, and some verbs. And Jonathan, I have some questions here for you that you helped me come up with unintentionally.
Oh, and then I get to answer said question.
We get to answer, but mainly you. Yes.
Okay, sure. I am gonna hate these knowing the answers I gave earlier.
Yes, you will. You thought you were making a story, but you were making a just horrible questionnaire.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, geez, why is it all just adjectives and nouns the whole way? Now it kind
Well,
of
we
makes
got to some adverbs eventually. So, Jonathan, I was wondering, what if you were transported to a pretty alternate dimension where the smelly me ruled supreme?
Oh God. Well, first off, I would, as your friend, I would encourage you to please bathe more often.
that
Like,
is that is fair. I would hope that you could tell me when I stink.
if you're ruler supreme, like you have full access to a shower. This is a conscious decision you're making. Like,
I am. In a world where you don't need to worry about what other people think because you rule supreme, then do you really need to shower?
you don't, but you need that one person who's not afraid to tell you what's up.
Well, I appreciate that.
Let's say it was flipped in reverse. Would you do the same?
Yeah, I guess I would. Just because I don't want it to get to your head that you're the supreme ruler of this pretty dimension.
You would know that even in a pretty dimension where I'm ruler supreme, even I have my weaknesses.
That is true.
Dang, how terrible. What a
All
good
right, Jonathan.
way to
Question
start.
2 of 17.
Oh God.
That's why it took so long. Imagine if the world was run by tall robots who only ate girthy buildings for fuel.
Okay, first off, I was thinking of Transformers at this point, and that'll come
yeah,
later.
yeah. I think you did. And we'll get up to your more transformer parts later.
But yeah, avoiding that. Well, obviously, if I was in that dimension, I would not live in the big city, so I think I'm safe. You, on the other hand, you better stay away from Gillette Stadium, otherwise you are screwed.
Well, my question is, would you ever describe a building as girthy?
Yeah, I mean, there's buildings that are very girthy instead of tall. Take into account the Pentagon, maybe. I've never been, but I don't think it's multiple stories.
Where were you on September 11th, 2001, Jonathan?
Well, I mean, on that point, like the Twin Towers, they would be safe because they're tall but not girthy.
I guess, but the robots are tall.
Uh,
Do you
so
think they eat the girthy buildings because they're jealous of their girth?
you know what? I think so. They think that if they eat the buildings, they themselves would get more girthy. But funny thing, robots don't need to eat. Everyone knows that.
Well, it's time to move on to the next question,
I
Jonathan.
thought we were having a good discussion here.
What if you had an indestructible pet dragon that could only breathe round car?
Round cars. Okay.
No, round car, singular.
Okay. So just vomit up a round car.
Yes.
I mean, I still be able to find practical use for it, like flying and whatnot. But if the Air Force ever tried to shoot us down, we only have one shot to defend ourselves. So
That's true, but I will say this dragon is probably perfect for you because just before the podcast we were talking about all of your car and transportation issues. If it can only breathe round car, then you will never run out of round car,
what
Jonathan.
is round? I'd never driven a round car before. The only thing I could really think of was like Axel from Twisted Metal, which I'll have you Google really quickly while I riff on this idea, because this is how would this work? How would I? Why would I ride in the round car when I could ride my dragon?
Because it's indestructible.
No, no, the dragon is not the car. The car is very destructible.
Yeah, but the dragon's indestructible
Yeah, so why wouldn't I ride the dragon?
because it's indestructible.
Okay, we're moving on to the next question.
Thank you. What if there was a shareable, or no, sorry, I put shadeable. Do you think it's probably shareable? Okay, shareable reality show where speedy celebrities competed in gargantuan transformer challenges.
Can you give me an example of what a transformer challenge is?
Well, not just a transformer challenge, but a gargantuan transformer challenge is
Like eating really girthy buildings?
no, that's a robot. That's not a transformer.
Oh
Different
shoot.
universes. It would be well, it would kind of just be like Wipeout, but with giant robots.
So what if speedy celebrities were doing that? I would think they wouldn't stand a chance because of how large the things would be.
Who do you
Like,
think
duh,
is the
no
most speedy
duh.
celebrity? Not including
Usain Bolt.
sports athletes.
Oh, okay. Realistically, it would have to be a rapper. The greatest rapper of all time,
Are we going with
obvious.
mouth speed here, not foot speed?
Hey,
Is it Eminem?
if they lay down on the floor and have their lips on the floor, I say it
They're
counts.
like motorboats.
Yeah, they can motorboat themselves across the obstacles.
Okay.
Eminem's a pretty safe bet.
All right.
Does
All
that
right.
answer your question sufficiently?
Well, it's a poor question, so a poor answer suits it.
You asked what would happen. I said Eminem would win. Obviously.
Jonathan, what if the Decepticon government passed a law that everyone had to have a Spiky John as a sidekick? Spiky John, of course, being toilet.
Okay. I was gonna say, hearing that there's many ways that could be interpreted as the name John, as the toilet John, as John, a man who solicits certain favors at massage parlors, or John as in, I think it's spelled Jaun, which is a slang term to refer to really anything. So, um, yeah, that's a layered question. So, what if the Decepticon government required that everyone had a spiky John
As a
toilet?
sidekick.
Okay, everyone has to have a spiky toilet as a sidekick. Uh, okay, as is it just requiring to have a spiky toilet, or does the toilet have to accompany them on adventures? Because I genuinely think there's a large portion of the population that cannot drag a toilet along on a leash.
Does Robin always go with Batman?
No, he does not. Sometimes he gets captured by the Joker.
And sometimes he does. So,
Wait,
yeah.
this is not promising for our spiky Johns.
No, it is not.
First off, though, wait, what's a Decepticon government?
It's a government run by Decepticons.
So not only is our government run by lizards, it's run by Decepticons.
Yes. Question 6.
Thank you.
What if all food was replaced with black T Rexes that tasted like blocky Legos?
Okay, I would rather die than eat that, just for starters.
That
Have you
would
ever
really be the worst possible situation. You have the hardest animal to capture because it's a fucking T Rex. And even when you eat it, it doesn't even taste good. It tastes like a fucking Lego.
Have you ever like stuck a Lego in your mouth or swallowed it?
Probably.
I was gonna say me neither. Never mind. That did not go the way I thought it would.
Much
Okay.
like the rest of this quiz.
Yeah, no. So in answer to this, realistically, I
Probably just
think
die, right?
yeah, I was gonna say I think humanity would like I think our desire to be happy and not eat Lego substance would overpower our desire for survival. Because
Well,
why
also it
bother
says, what if
living?
all food was replaced with this? So just imagining that all food just instantly gets teleport swapped with T Rexes. I think there's going to be more T Rexes than there is food on this planet.
God, I hope they're dead and not alive. Otherwise, that's terrifying.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Let's move on.
Jonathan, imagine a world where the moon was made of spherical fast food restaurants and had its own exquisite president society.
You just want me to imagine it? Is that even a question? Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Have you
So
imagined it?
okay, I will imagine it and tell you what I think of.
Yeah. How,
Okay.
how is it once you imagine this?
I feel like to get access to the spherical fast food restaurants, you need to have a dragon that spits round car, otherwise they won't serve you.
Thank you for keeping cars singular.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it consistent. Um, and then the present society, I really have no comment on that. That just makes no sense.
It's a society where everyone can be a president. It's a true
Uh,
democracy.
that's actually inspirational and very egalitarian of you. I thought you were just going to talk about like the former president club, which would be even more underwhelming.
Nope. All
Um,
right, Jonathan. Question 8.
oh, okay.
What if you woke up one day with a Mad Lib for a head and had to navigate through irritable pizza world?
Okay. So in this context, Mad Lib was referring to your opening about being a mad liberal. So you
Yes.
said wake up with that as a hat or a head?
Head.
Okay, so if I had an entire human being for a head, okay, um, okay, there's a lot to unpack here. And woke up on irritable pizza world.
Yes. How would you
Okay,
navigate through irritable pizza world? Truly the hardest territory for Mad
okay.
Lib.
Well, I feel like a Mad Lib would fit in super well in irritable pizza world, just by virtue of being mad in an irritable world.
Yeah,
But
they'd probably be mad that not enough of the pizza's gluten free.
oh, you know what? Maybe I wouldn't function very well. It's not gluten free. It's not vegan. Who knows what other things there probably would be wrong there. So actually, I might not function at all. In part because I have an entire rest of the body below wherever the head connects.
That is fair. All right, Jonathan. Question 9. What if you stumbled upon a small secret society that worshipped large carrots and were tasked with saving them from extinction?
Wait, they worship large carrots.
No, not large carrots. Large carrot.
Singular.
Yes.
Okay. First off, I would get them in touch with a dragon that shoots around car. Okay. Okay. How
I
large
can't breathe, Jonathan. It's so stupid.
in what world is this stupid? It's large carrot, Dylan. We all know about large carrot.
Man, if we had enough of a YouTube following, I would absolutely buy a shirt that just said large carrot on it.
Oh man, if only. We'll sell it to your mom. Um, large carrot. What would I do? I'm not
What would
gonna
you
lie.
do to save them from extinction?
I would help them find their large carrot. If it's that large, how hard could it really be to find? Although I guess large could be subjective, like a 6 foot long carrot would probably be very large, but very hard to find.
I
Shoot,
suppose.
you know what I would do realistically? I would post on Reddit about the myth of the large carrot, because then some people there would take it as a joke, take it way too far, and we would find it.
Okay, that is fair. You know, if there's any place to have that stuff, it's either Reddit or 4chan.
And you know what? Maybe 4chan. I'll go to 8chan, see what happens there.
All right, all right. Well, I doubt we're getting better than that one. Question 10. What if you woke up one day with the okay, maybe I'm wrong. I love these singular nouns that should be plural. What if you woke up one day with the ability to control hairy ape and had to use your powers for dark lamp?
Okay. Okay. Hairy ape, as in like just one hairy ape.
No, it's
That's
it's a guy. His first name's Harry, his last name's Ape.
yeah. This isn't a very good power, for starters.
Hey
Um,
man, don't dog on my man, Harry Ape.
it's kind of funny because when you were listening to me the prompt, I went with hairy as in the adjective, and I was hoping you would offer another one so I could go with like styles. But then you said a noun, so I kind of went with ape like randomly, but it worked out.
It did.
But for dark lamp, is
Yes.
that like an evil, like sentient lamp, or is that like
It's the
a
society
nickname?
where they worship big carrots.
Oh God. Okay. I think that hairy ape would help us find Big Carrot. That way Dark Lamp could finally be happy. That's my answer. That makes sense. It's all coming back together.
All right. I hope there's some more singular nouns in here that should be plural. Those are truly my favorites.
Mm.
All
Where
right.
did you get these prompts from?
Chat CGT. I just typed in, "Hey, give me some funny some funny Mad Libs." And it was like, "Okay." And then I was like, everything's just nouns and adjectives. Can you throw in some like adverbs and stuff?" And that's why all of the adverbs are towards the end.
I was wondering. Okay,
All
let's
right.
go.
What if you discovered that the broken myself you thought was just a myth was actually fixed and real, and you had to protect it from brand new myself hunters?
Oh wow, that is a that is a lot to unpack. Okay, so you being broken, I guess emotionally and physically is a myth,
Yes, I'm
but
actually fixed.
yeah, you're which I mean would imply you were broken at some point, but apparently that's
No,
mythical.
no, like a dog. I have no
Oh
balls.
God. Okay, so instead of being broken and being able to reproduce, you as supreme ruler of the world who smelly got fixed, uh, and you were being saved from brand new hunters.
Brand new myself hunters.
Okay, um, brand new. So you're being saved from yourself.
I don't know. How would you protect me, Jonathan?
Well, obviously, I would help you find where your balls went and help you shower.
Thank you. I guess all of these questions are connected?
It's certainly seeming like we're doing a narrative here.
I suppose. All right, can't wait for me to animate that short.
Oh God.
All right, Jonathan, question 12. What if the oblong DiGiorno was destroying and you had to kiss it happily?
It was just destroying unnamed things.
Well, it's not my fault that you chose to do destroying.
Okay, what if a DiGiorno that just got a little lopsided was destroying my dinner plans? I guess. Uh,
Yes.
what was the last part of the prompt?
And you had to kiss it happily. It knows if you don't have the love behind that kiss.
Well, I'd have to get really passionate, make it a steamy scene. Maybe I'd order some real pizza, like
Hey.
Red Baron.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. I respect that. I respect the Red Baron boys.
Yeah, hell yeah. Represent. Give us a shout out. Give us a sponsorship, Red Baron.
Dude,
Sorry, DiGiorno.
I love it when random YouTube channels or things have the weirdest sponsors of just like, I didn't know that Dell actually sponsored things. And it's just like, man, I would love it if it was just this podcast episode is brought to you by Red Baron Pizza.
No, I would go to bat for Red Baron. Not even like joking.
Honestly, yeah, they don't even need to pay me. I just want them to say that this is officially sponsored.
I'd be happy with that.
All right, Jonathan, question 13. We're getting towards the end here. There's 17 in total. Will this be long enough if I cut out the pod or the
If you
you
cut out the
doing things?
podcast, I
If
don't
I cut
think
out all
so.
of the podcast, will it be long enough? We will see.
I
All
think
right,
that would be the perfect thing to post.
Jonathan, what if all humans suddenly became crazy and started flipping wisely?
Okay. I honestly, if they start flipping wisely, I would assume they were crazy. So this one makes No sense still.
Yeah, this reminds me of the guys in high school who knew how to do backflips and would just do them, and pretty much just everyone does that now.
Yeah, it was always kind of random, mildly impressive. But what would I do? I guess I
Yeah,
would have to learn how to back. Well, I didn't specify backflip. Just either way, I. Oh, it doesn't have to be that kind of flipping though. It could
could
also
be
be like
bottle flipping.
bottle flipping, or it could be like flipping houses or flipping people off.
That's true.
I
I'm
would.
not sure how some of those work for wiseness, but okay.
Oh no, there's absolutely a wise way to flip someone off.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
if the person's tailgating you, probably don't flip them off because they got road rage. If the person is already halfway through the intersection and they went when they weren't supposed to, you're probably safe to flip them off because what are they gonna do? Flip a Yui to chase you? You'll be safe.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So there we go. Life lessons for everybody.
All right, Jonathan, what if you found a violent violin that could throw you back in time and you had to use it to complete a commanding alien?
Wait, I use a violent violin to complete a violent alien?
No, you use a violent violin to throw you back in time and you had to use well, I guess you did have to use it to complete a commanding alien.
Okay, so this violent violin gives me the ability to time travel. Um, okay, oh my god. First off, doing a commanding alien would be the lowest on my priorities. Why would I want that? But I guess maybe just to save the universe, how would I do it? Clearly, the aliens' body parts were scattered throughout time, and I traversed through time, and the last finishing ingredient is it has a violin for a heart. A violent one, hence why it's commanding.
Okay, I mean, with something that's a nonsensical question, I'll accept your nonsensical answer.
It made sense.
Okay. What if you discovered that the sweet feet you thought was just a meat was actually licking too and you had to go?
Okay, if we're doing an award show for this, we know which one gets the most disgusting question prompt.
Well, it's your fault that you chose sweet feet, meat, and licking.
Yeah, for a while I was going with rhyming words, and then I saw something was coming together, and I was hoping it was the same question, and now I regret it. Okay, so I guess apparently for me, no, I don't have to answer this one. We're just gonna skip
I think
that.
that's the best way to go about this one.
Yeah.
All right, Jonathan, the final two questions. Are you ready?
As long as it's better than the last one.
What if you were trapped in the merciful city of Dylan, surrounded by fingers, and you had to find a way to escape?
Oh my god, so I'd be fingered to death as I try. Wait, but it's merciful. So
It's
it's merciful.
merciful, but you're
It's
surrounded.
but it's merciful fingering.
Yes, but you had to escape.
I think I'd
Any
be
fingering,
okay.
no matter how merciful, is not something you want to be a part of.
I think it'd be enjoyable if it's merciful, right? Well, merciful doesn't mean it has to be pleasant though. Maybe they just let me off the hook at the end.
I guess, like, it's merciful to just put someone out of their misery. So
Yeah.
maybe they just go for the throat with the fingers.
Oh god, so this is actually intense. Wait, you said the merciful city of Dylan?
Yes, it's
Wait.
me. Hi.
So
You told me I smelled, and I was really pissed off by that.
you're ruler supreme of the city, not of the universe, to be clear.
Well, it's
And
like, there's New York, New York. This is Dylan, Dylan.
okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so are the fingers smelly too?
Hey, man, I don't know. I don't smell it.
Oh God. What would I do? I'd fly my dragon out. That's how I'd get out. You didn't say how tall the fingers were.
Yeah, but what if they were so tall and oblong they got eaten by robots?
Oh, that's okay, because then I could escape the robots by shooting my singular car at them. Easy, checkmate.
All right, I suppose so. Final question, Jonathan. I guess before we get to this, do you have any thoughts on this beautiful journey we've gone through together?
Um, I
Before we
have a
started this episode, I told you that this would either be a terrible episode, a great episode, or an in-between episode. How you feeling about it now that you know it is what it is?
I feel pretty great because Big Carrot.
Big carrot. Oh, Man, there's big milk, there's big chicken, now there's big carrots. All
Oh
right.
god.
Jonathan, for your final question, what if you discovered that the pubic hairs in Burger King that you thought were harmless were actually conspiring warily and you had to stop them?
Oh god, this question actually makes a little bit of sense.
It
Okay.
does.
If there were pubic hairs at Burger King,
And they were conspiring. They're sentient pubic hairs.
no, I think the workers are intentionally just ripping some out and putting it in the food. We gotta shut this down. We gotta get Dark Lamp to get their conspiring ways to shut down this Burger King. I don't know, man. So this is a horrifying question.
Hey man, flame broiled patties, fresh, never frozen.
Have you ever like gotten like food or fingernails or whatever in your fast food before?
Maybe I'm getting a hair. Maybe it was a pubic hair.
Oh, come on. I was gonna say, just imagine if it was, and then I'll leave everyone off on that thought.
All right. Well, Jonathan, thank you for participating in this episode. It truly is one of the episodes that ever was.
Thank you for leaving me thoroughly confused.
All right. Well, till next time. Ta-ta for now.
Toot toot for newt.